People need to hear this. People are not ready for the wealth that will be coming soon. Now, when I say that, I give no timeline, but what I'm saying to you is if you have a look at this particular strategy so far, now hindsight is 2020, as the saying goes. Not to sound fancy, but think about it. If you had the option to go back and do everything again, knowing what you knew now, would you do it? You most likely would. Now, for Hex and PulseX for that matter, if you had of entered into the AA, if you had of staked, cashed out at the right time, so you had a ladder, if you then had of been able to pay off your debts, hold lots of stables for years on end while waiting for the release of PulseChain, you could then use those stables, you could have bridged them in because you would have been holding Pulse, possibly PulseX, and you would be in farm heaven right now. The rest of the market is not looking so hot now, is it? In terms of chasing yield in things like stocks, bonds, EFTs, mutual funds, managed funds, all this sort of shit. Now, I thought, I hate to do it, but quoted George Soros quote saying, it's not whether you're right or you're wrong that's important, but how much money you make when you're right and how much money you lose when you're wrong. Think of this particular strategy here and how far along. Now, so far, this is so far. Think about how much money you have made so far. Think about how much you might make in the future. This is why. This is favorable. When we see things like this, new farms being developed, being rolled out, when we see new things being worked on, such as, if I get the right page that is, devs working with their finite time. We've seen the auto router, we've seen the new farms. We're looking to see go.hex.com work, wallet connected is being upgraded. Single-sided staking needs to wait. I think I saw somewhere a rough figure of what might be a APR or APY for single-sided staking. I heard about 4%. That's okay. Relative to the farms, relative to Hex itself, it's not that good. So I'll have to adjust, I'll have to pivot. But what we're seeing now is this here. Think of all the L1s, Bitcoin included, what they've done over the time. Now, you've heard this many, many times. But go back and check the prices of Ethereum, Solana, Asta, Chrono. I haven't heard of half of these because that's how closely I've been following all this. I went and had a look at the cryptocurrency market and I forget how much there actually is. And how many opportunities there is if you want to play in the casino. There is a lot. And this is going to be money. Now, if you missed out on round one, I would call it round one of the Richard Hart Ecosphere insane wealth generation platform with no guarantees at all, no expectations, no financial advice and all of that, then just imagine what a squared amount of profit might look like. Think about what Hex might do. Think about what PulseChain might do. Think about what PulseX might do. If we have a look here, back to my point, these 19 layer 1 blockchains, what have they done? Ethereum, Solana, go through, have a look. Think of the prices and the pricing potential that a lot of these shitcoins start at zero have, but also what PulseChain could do. And are you actually going to be ready for the profit, for the insane gains that could come the way of people who engage in the Richard Hart Ecosphere? Now, this is no guarantees of any sort, but I'm merely pointing out to you, in a time that currently exists now, with the economy the way that it looks, especially the US dollar, what better opportunity do you see, realistically, to save you from your everyday 9 to 5? How much profit did you take in the first round? How much profit are you going to take in the second round? What about the third round? What about the fourth round? How many T shares do you hold? And how long does this particular product exist for? It's not a one-trick pony. Now, we have a look at the price of PULSECHAIN, PulseX relative to their sacrifice prices. Now think about it. Had you had any dry powder left, maybe, just maybe, you might be in an okay position. So that's about it. That's all I got to say. It's not whether you're right or wrong that's important, and how much money you make when you're right, and how much money you lose when you're wrong. How right do you think Hexagon's going to be in the future? We're going to keep winning and winning and winning? Or we're going to be upset because price is down and you're going to sell now? That decision I'll leave with you. Completely, the ball is in your court as to what you think Hex might do, PulseChain might do, and PulseX might do. Free speech. Signing out.